Hey guys, and welcome to part 3 of episode 10 of Gunpla News. This is for September of 2015. In the first part, we talked about the news, and the second part, we talked about new kit and figure announcements. In this part, we're going to talk about kit and figure updates. And then in part 4, we're going to talk about some resin and third-party stuff. And then in the last part, I've got some featured kits I want to show you guys. So, as always, if you want to watch all the parts together in a playlist, you can do that on my channel. Otherwise, just watch whichever parts are interesting for you. These are all stuff that we have known is coming out, so it's not going to be a whole lot of new stuff here for you probably. But if you just want to keep up and make sure you don't forget about anything that's coming out, you can have a listen to what we're going to talk about now in this part of the video. First thing is some metal build stuff. So we usually go through like robot spirits and metal build and like Next Edge, Converge, Assault Kingdom, all that stuff first before we talk about the premium Bandai and regular release kits last. So if you want to skip ahead a little bit, you can do that. Because I know not as many people are interested in the figures, but the metal build Strike Freedom Gundam is out in November for 27,000 yen. Very, very expensive, but there's a lot of super fans out there of the Strike Freedom, so I'm sure some people are willing to dish that out for that. Then the metal build Astray red frame and blue frame. The red frame first, I said before that I feel like the red frame is going to come with the Gerbera Stray and the blue frame is going to come with the bazooka. Well, now we can see definitely I was right about the red frame anyway. It's not like it was a big thing. It was pretty expected it was going to come with that, but now we do know for sure that it is going to be coming with the Gerbera Stray. The blue frame, on the other hand, we do not know yet if this is going to have a bazooka or not. It is still possible at this point, but they have not showed it yet. So at this point, it's still just being shown with the beam rifle and the shield. It's the only things that we've seen for that so far. But I think that the red frame is going to be coming out first, and the blue frame is going to be coming out like maybe 1 month later. We don't have the release date set for that yet. So I think because of that, this month we're finding out about the Gerbera Stray for the red frame. Maybe next month we'll find out about the bazooka for the blue frame. Maybe. That's just my expectation for that. Okay, next we have the Armor Girls project, MS Girl Gundam Mark II, out in December. I think it's December for 11,000 yen, so pretty expensive, but it is a very nice figure, I guess, and it comes with a lot of stuff. So aside from being able to make the Mark II, you can also make the Super Gundam, which is just the Mark II with the backpack and cannons and stuff. And then you can also make a Barzam mode as well, so you can make it, swap some parts to make it into sort of a Barzam girl as well, which is really cool. Which, by the way, guys, if you remember, I got that third-party conversion kit to convert the RG Mark II into a Barzam. I unboxed that already. I finally ordered a real grade Mark II to build that for you guys, so that should be here tomorrow. So I should be able to show you guys that pretty soon. So if you're waiting to see that, just know that it is coming soon. My video showing about the RG conversion kit. Anyway, okay, so about this, yeah, it looks really cool. I mean, I don't know, whatever. If it wasn't so expensive, I would think about kind of buying it as just like a cool shelf piece, but really that's all it is. I would rather just kind of look at some pictures of it online every now and then and say like, yeah, that looks cool, and not pay $100 for it. That's just me though. Then we have the Assault Kingdom Psycho Gundam Premium Bandai Assault Kingdom Psycho Gundam out in December for 9,990 yen. So again, this is going to be fully transformable. The cockpit hatch opens, and it comes with 3 pieces of Bandai gum. Anyway, like I said in the announcements video, we got a Assault Kingdom Hyakushiki and Kublai announced, and then we have the Psycho Gundam. So these are all being released at this time, I believe, because this is the 30th anniversary of Zeta Gundam, so that's why. Anyway, it looks really nice, but again, it's like double the price of the HG kit, which is like much larger, so I don't know. Just if you wanted to get the Assault Kingdom figures are nice, though probably has much better articulation than the HG. Then we have the Robot Spirits Justice Gundam out coming very soon, this month in September for 6,000 yen. The Freedom Gundam just recently was released in the high-grade Revive version, which I have here waiting to be built for you guys. And then the Robot Spirits version also just came out, which I think the Robot Spirits version looks nicer. But of course, it's like double the price, or like triple the price or more, so it should look a lot nicer. Then let's talk about the G-Self, as we have every version of it coming out in Robot Spirits form in the future. But again, all of these, I haven't seen any prices or release date set for these yet. So first, we have the Robot Spirits G-Self Space Pack. Then the Robot Spirits G-Self Tricky Pack. Then the Robot Spirits G-Self Assault Pack. And finally the Robot Spirits G-Self Torque Pack. And then finally the Robot Spirits G-Self Reflector Pack. But that is a Tamashii webshop exclusive, but somebody said something to me like all of the Robot Spirits are Tamashii webshop exclusives, but they're not all listed like that on Gundam Guy. I personally don't know enough about those because I don't buy them or collect them to know what's true, but someone told me that, so I just feel like I should pass it on to you guys. I'm not sure if like all the Robot Spirits kits are technically Tamashii webshop exclusive, or if there is a difference between those. The Reflector Pack version of the G-Self anyway is a webshop exclusive. If there is a difference, I just want to let you guys know that that one is different. The rest of them are, as far as I know here, regular releases. The Reflector Pack is different. Then we have the Robot Spirits Gundam Spiegel. Again, no price or release date set for this. I personally don't really like the design of the Spiegel at all. Then the Robot Spirits Neo Zeong. Again, no price or release date yet. But once again, just to remind you guys for like the third time now, this does not come with a Shinanju, so if you want to get this, you'll have to buy a Robot Spirits Shinanju separately, or just display it without one. Next, the Robot Spirits Jagan ECOWAS type. No price or release date set for this, but again, looks really nice, but I'm sure it's going to cost 3 times the price of the HG. Then we also have the Robot Spirits Strike Rouge. Now, as we talked about in the previous video as well, there's a, it was like Kira of the Sky version of this also coming out, but don't have a price or release date for this one either. Moving on, the Robot Spirits Mobius Zero as well, no price or release date for this one either, but it will be able to use with other Robot Spirits figures, the basically the other Strike figures, I would assume. You can switch out the parts to give it the Mobius Zero backpack kind of thing. And then the Robot Spirits Rick Diaz, out in December, we know that, but I didn't see the price for this. I think it was, if I remember right, something like 6,500 yen, somewhere around there for the price for that. I could be wrong, I forget, and I didn't put it in my notes, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, next is the Next Edge 00 Quant, out in December for 3,000 yen. Pretty cool. I know a lot of people are hoping to see that in the RG, considering we had the Exia and we had the 00 Riser. Some people want to also have a 00 Quant in the RG form. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but have been wrong before. So then we have the Next Edge style Gundam Astray Red Frame. Again, Red Frame getting a lot of love this year. It got an RG. It's getting a Next Edge figure, it's getting a metal build, it's getting probably something else, but I can't remember at the moment. A lot of stuff for that kit. People love the Red Frame. Next, we have the Next Edge Barbatos Gundam out in winter for a to-be-announced price. So I would guess January, just after the Astray Red Frame is in November, the Quant is in December, then maybe the Barbatos will be out in January, I would assume, but maybe they just don't want to put that exactly yet. Then, like I mentioned before, we can also see a Next Edge lineup of the Greys, the Schwabel Greys, the High Mobility Type 1, and then one other mobile suit, which we don't know the name of it yet. So those ones, it's hard to say if those are going to be coming out in that order, because I think they might try to space them out a bit, because they have the Quant, then the Astray Red Frame, then the Barbatos, so those are all different series. I don't think they want to put out like 4 from the same series just in a row. So then moving into Tamashii Webshop exclusive stuff, if that's different from just the regular Robot Spirits, is the Providence Gundam, out in January for 10,000 yen. Looks really cool. I really wish that we would get a master grade of that kit, but don't know if that's ever going to happen. Then there's the Tamashii webshop exclusive Mega Bazooka launcher, out in November for 3,800 yen. This, of course, is to be used with the Robot Spirits Hyakushiki, which came out in June or July, I believe, just not too long ago. And then we have the Tamashii webshop exclusive Robot Spirits Unicorn Gundam and Banshee Norn final shooting version, out in October for 15,000 yen. So it's basically just a special version of the two of those together. Some special parts, special coating on there, and all at a special price. And then the Tamashii webshop exclusive Robot Spirits Fun Psyche, out in October for 6,400 yen. Pretty expensive for just a horse when it's like cost the same amount as a mobile suit figure. It doesn't really look quite as detailed, but anyway, of course you can use that with your mobile suits or just by itself. Then the Tamashii webshop exclusive SDX Superior Dragon EXAS XXS, out in December for 12,000 yen. Super expensive for an SD figure if you ask me, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Then the Tamashii webshop exclusive Robot Spirits God Gundam Hyper Mode. This one looks really cool. It looks much better than like any model kit version of the Hyper Mode. That's because they're using like clear plastic for this, and then just the gold paint on the outside is in different thicknesses in different areas. So in some places it's opaque, in some places it's slightly translucent. So it gives it a really, really cool effect, I think. It would be really awesome to have a kit like that. I guess you could do it if you recast all the armor in like clear resin and then like just painted it partially gold like that. Anyway, that is out in December for 6,400 yen. So when you consider that God Gundam Hyper Mode costs the same as the Fun Psyche, doesn't really seem right, but oh well. Anyway, and then moving into some Gundam Converge stuff is much more kind of to my liking. Gundam Converge Series 20 is out this month in September for 400 yen each, or you probably have to buy it as a box depending on where you're buying it from. If you can buy it in a store in person, then you can buy just a single one, and that's the best way to go. Anyway, it's including the Build Burning Gundam, Bear Guy F Family, Grimoire, the V2 Buster Gundam, the Gundam TR1 Hazel, a version of the TR1 Hazel, and the Hyzak. So some pretty cool designs in there. It looks like a really good set for Series 20. Then we have the Gundam Converge SP Gundam Unicorn and Banshee metallic version. So similar to the like final shooting version of the Robot Spirits, this is just like a special coating version. And this is going to be out in September this month. The price I saw, but now I forget and I didn't put in my notes. Again, sorry guys, not as prepared this time as I should be, I guess. The price was somewhere around like $25, $25, somewhere around there anyway, for the set of two of these. Interestingly, this is for sale only outside of Japan, so this, for a change, people in Japan actually have to import this, so that's kind of interesting. It's a little bit of nice revenge at Japan for all of those premium Bandai and Expo exclusive kits. Then there's the Converge SP06 Zeta Gundam and the O, also out this month in September for 2,200 yen for the set of the two of those. Looks like a really nice set, but what I'm more interested in is the Gundam Converge EX07 GP03 Dendrobium. So as you guys are probably very well aware, the HG 1144 scale Dendrobium is one of the largest kits that Bandai makes. Very, very big, very, very expensive. They do also make a 1 to 550 scale one, which I did build. I personally like that one more just because it's like a normal size. It doesn't take up like so much space. But this one also is going to be quite small because it is just a Converge figure. It does look really, really nice. It's out in November for 3,200 yen, so pretty reasonable price, about $30 for that. It's maybe a little bit high, but it does look really nice, so I definitely pre-ordered that, and I can't wait to get it. So then, let's talk about some premium Bandai stuff. So the first thing I want to mention about is the premium Bandai G Falcon. I think it's safe to assume that that's just not coming out. It was never, I don't think it was really ever totally officially announced anyway, so there was some wording about it in the magazine, so we all kind of thought it was coming, but after that we never got anything else about it. I'm just going to go ahead and not ever talk about it again after this, but just letting you guys know there is no more G Falcon in Premium Bandai. If you want to Master Grade G Falcon, you just got to take the old 1/100 scale version and make it work on your Master Grade. Next, the Premium Bandai Master Grade Heavy Gundam, out this month in September for 4,800 yen. It looks like a really cool kit. Not sure how well it's going to actually be able to hold that gun up in any way other than just like holding it down. It's the only way that we've seen it so far, and that makes me believe it's too heavy for the shoulder to actually hold it up. Surely with some glue and paint and stuff you could sort that out, I think, but going to definitely be a little bit of an issue for that kit, I think. I was highly considering getting it, but I've decided basically not to. So at this moment I'm not going to be having that kit to share with you guys. Sorry. And then is the p-bandai Master Grade Fenice Reniscita Alba. I really like this kit. I like this much more than the the normal version of the Fenice Reniscita. This one is out in October for 4,800 yen. As much as I like it, I think I'm also probably going to pass on this just because, like I said before, just got too many kits, like really trying not to add anything to it unnecessarily. I like it, and if I ever decide I like really have to have it someday, I can still probably find one, or I'll just have to just die miserable knowing that I missed the opportunity to get this one kit. Not really going to be a big deal probably anyway. Just my point is that I really like it, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Sadly, kind of. Then the Premium Bandai HGUC GM2 Semi-Striker out in October as well for 1,600 yen. Again, looks like a really cool HGUC kit. It's basically combining a GM2 and a Striker, GM Striker, parts of those, and kind of combining them with a couple of new parts as well to make this kit. Then we have the Premium Bandai HGUC Jagan Type A2 General Revel version. Still no release date set for this. We do have the price, 1,800 yen, but they still haven't given a release date for this, and like it was announced like 3 months ago. Kind of weird, but again, just another version of the HGUC Jagan, and still no word on a Master Grade. Hopefully someday. Speaking of hopefully someday a Master Grade, the Premium Bandai HGUC Silver Bullet Gael Cham Custom. I love the Silver Bullet and the Dovin Wolf and the Gundam Mark V. The Gundam Mark V is probably my least favorite of the three, but Silver Bullet probably being my most favorite. I really wish that we would get a Master Grade for that. Probably not going to happen. More likely it's going to be an RE. I really hope we get an RE of that kit. It's probably not going to happen just because we already have gotten 3 different versions of the HGUC version of that, the normal release and then 2 different Premium Bandai releases of it, all within the past couple of years, very recent, so I don't think it's going to be the first option for the Bandai as an RE or any other kind of line at the moment. But we can dream, can't we? And then there is the Premium Bandai HG G-Self Reflector Pack. What could be the last kit to be released in the HG line of Reconquista and G. That one is out next month in September for 2,200 yen. Still hoping we might see a Torque Pack or a Tricky Pack as probably a Premium Bandai version as well, but I would like to see those. And then eventually there has to be a Master Grade version of that eventually. Which version of the backpack they're going to go with for the Master Grade is up for speculation, I guess. It would probably be the Atmospheric Pack because that was like the first one, but I don't know. Then the last of the Premium Bandai is the HG Build Fighters High New Gundam Influx. Again, this one I have not seen any new updates about this one yet either, so I don't know what the story with this kit is, when it's due out, or what the price is for it. If you guys know, please let me know, because I haven't seen anything about that. Alright, so moving into the normal release stuff, let's talk about the premium, sorry, not premium anymore, the Perfect Grade Banshee Norn, out this month for 22,000 yen. Yeah, it's coming out very soon. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I will be getting that for you guys, so I haven't built my Perfect Grade Unicorn yet. I need to build that one first. So I'm going to be building that soon so that when the Banshee comes out, I'll be able to compare them, because the Banshee I'm planning on building like right away as soon as I get it. So I'll be doing video coverage of that, I'll be using my GoPro to just record build videos to put those up right away. Maybe live streaming that as well. As far as I've been able to find out so far, I haven't been able to figure out a way to use my GoPro to do the live streaming without some like serious computer work that's just above my level of being able to do that, or figure it out. I don't know. I can always do it just with my computer camera though, which is not the greatest, but I think it's okay, at least just to be able to show you guys some of the process if you want to watch it live and just like kind of chat with you guys a bit while I'm doing it too, or at least chat at you, because I don't know, we'll see. Then we have some Iron-Blooded Orphan stuff, the 1/100 scale Barbatos Gundam out in November for 2,700 yen. The 1/100 scale is coming with the long cannon and the sword, so no mace. That's probably going to be in some add-on set or something later on. Then we have the HG Barbatos Gundam out in October, 1 month earlier, for 1,000 yen. That one comes with the mace and the sword, so both of them come with the sword, but the 1/100 scale comes with the cannon. The 1/144 scale comes with the mace. So the other interesting thing about this, a couple other interesting things, is that it has been revealed that the HG does also seem to have a full inner frame. That's kind of interesting, but I think that's largely due to the fact that they want a lot of these parts to be very interchangeable in these kits, even for the high grade as well. As we can see on here, the Gray's shoulder armor is seen here on the Barbatos Gundam. The orientation is different. It's instead of horizontal, it's vertical on the Gundam there, but so by giving even the HG a full inner frame, it makes the parts very interchangeable on there, I guess, is what they're going to go for that. So that should be very interesting. Then, of course, the high grade doesn't come with the long cannon, but you can get that in the HG Orphans option set number 1 and CGS mobile worker. So it's coming with that large cannon, the lance unit, a shield, and the CGS mobile worker tank. So that one's going to be only 600 yen. So buying the HG for 1,000 yen and this add-on set for 600 yen, so total 1,600 yen, is about the average price of a normal high grade. So you're getting a lot of different weapons accessories for the Barbatos Gundam. It looks very cool. Then a couple more from the series is the HG Greys, of course out in October as well for 1,000 yen. Comes with a beam rifle and axe, and very much looks like the Zaku of the series, as I've said before. It also comes with a commander antenna, so you can choose if you want just the normal one or the commander type, very much like a Zaku as well. And then we have the HG Schwabel Greys. So as I mentioned before in the previous video, we were just calling this the high mobility Greys. But now it's been announced that the Schwabel is the official name of that. That's out in October as well for 1,000 yen. Looks pretty cool. The wire guided claw on that looks pretty interesting. Again, all of those weapons can be put on the Barbatos Gundam as well. The shield, the claw, and all of that. We've seen it on display with the Barbatos Gundam as well. So very interesting there. The head also opens, which we can assume is the cockpit hatch, or that the cockpit is in the head, so that opens up. That's really cool. Then there is a different color version, I guess, like another one of the officers in that army or that unit. The name is, I think, Galio, I think is his name, is how that should be pronounced. So it's maybe a good guess that that's a very good option for the first premium Bandai kit that we're going to see from this series, is because it's basically just a recolored version of the Schwabel Greys, and it might come with like a couple different, slightly different parts as well, maybe. So I think that's a very likely possibility for a premium Bandai kit, the purple version of that there. So basically, October and November are just going to be dominated just by all the new stuff from Iron-Blooded Orphans. There's going to be loads of stuff coming out at that time. But let's move on to the HG Hyper Beam Javelin that is going to be sold with the Gundam UC Bande Dessinée Volume 14, the manga, out in December for 1,200 yen. If you missed that being released before, I think it was last year, then you have another chance to get that in December. Then we have the HG Build Fighters Kamiki Burning Gundam out in September this month for 1,800 yen. I still don't really like the look of that. In the most recent photos that we've got of it, it is looking slightly better, but I'm still not totally sold on that. I'll have to see once I actually get it in hand. Anyway, we were kind of expecting that maybe that was going to be the last HG from this series, but now we know we're going to be getting the Super Famina as well. So, I don't know, the line might not be done. The Super Famina also might not be the last HG. For now, it kind of seems like it because we don't know of any other kits coming out from the series in like November, December, or anything on after that. But they could just throw out one more later or something. I don't know. Well, the question really is, when are we going to start getting more master grades of the protagonist mobile suits from the series? That's really the big question, I think, on everyone's minds. Okay, moving right along into Gundam the Origin, we have the HG prototype Goof. Now, in the previous video, I talked about the premium Bandai version, the brown version of the prototype Goof. The regular blue version of the prototype Goof is out this month in September for 1,800 yen. So it looks like it's also going to be coming with the regular arms like we saw on the YMS-07, the brown Goof. So it looks like it's going to have loads of different options for the arms on that. Switchable hands and the whip and just the regular arms. It looks like we're going to have a lot of different options there, so that's good. Also a lot of really cool markings on there. It's just a shame that they're going to be stickers. Then we have the HG Mobile Worker. Again, another very likely possibility that we're going to be getting the Rambo Rawl version of that announced as probably a Bandai, premium Bandai exclusive. Also because Rambo Rawl is kind of a very famous character, so like to release a premium Bandai version of like his version of the mobile suit seems like something Bandai would do, considering it's basically just going to be a recolor of the Mobile Worker. So I think that's a very likely possibility that so far we haven't heard anything about, but I would not be surprised if we got that announcement. Anyway, the Mobile Worker is out in September as well for 1,800 yen. It looks like a really cool kit, so I mean, definitely looking forward to giving that one a try. And then finally, from the Origin, it's the Zaku 2 High Mobility Black Tri-Star Custom for Ortega. So we already had the Char Zaku 2, and then we had the High Mobility Black Tri-Star version for Gaia and MASH, and now we have one more specifically for Ortega. The Zaku itself won't be any different, just the weapons. It has the large axe and effect part and dedicated base for that. So I wonder what weapons this is going to come with in terms of guns. I would imagine this is maybe only coming with the Zaku machine gun, so no bazooka, no long rifle, just only the Zaku machine gun. That's my guess at this moment. We haven't seen the runners yet, so we don't know for sure, but because we're getting the axe and the effect part and the stand, I think they're just going to give you those instead of the bazooka and the long rifle that you got with the other kit. So that's just what I'm guessing right now. Again, could be wrong. Then finally, last two things. The SD Gundam X Standard RX-78-2 Gundam is out this month in September. And that, again, is just a kind of new version of the SD kits they're doing. And then we also have the SD Gundam X Standard Ale Strike Gundam out in September as well for 600 yen. So these are just kind of new versions of SD kits that Bandai is trying out. They look pretty nice for SD kits, some very nice articulation there, some pretty good details and weapons and all of that. So that is about it for all of the updates. I tried to get through that as fast as possible, you guys. Thank you for sticking with it. In the next part, we're going to talk about the third party and resin stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in part 4.